It's National Save for Retirement Week, and a new survey from Wells Fargo sheds light on just how important it is to start saving for retirement sooner rather than later. With me now is Joe Reddy, who heads up the bank's 401k business. And Joe, it's great to have you here. Welcome.
Great, thanks for having me.
So help us understand this a little bit more. Why is it so important to start saving sooner rather than later?
Well, the survey took a look at people right on the doorstep of retirement, two age groups, those 55 to 59 and those 60 plus. And what it found was those 55 to 59 had saved a median savings amount of $150,000 versus those 60 plus of only $50,000. And when we looked in a little deeper, we found that those 55 to 59 actually started saving at 31 years old versus those 60 plus that saved only $50,000 at age 37. So that 6 years makes a really big difference.
So is there a right time to start saving?
Well, it's never too late. Let me start off with that. But what we have found is this idea of consistent savers. And we found that those folks that saved from the first day on the job fared much better than those that didn't, at a rate of 2.5 times more in terms of overall savings amount. So if you can, the sooner the better. And those consistent savers that got in on the first day on the job, they're just even more optimistic about their overall outcome as well.
Because you also say in the survey that working longer may not be a viable solution.
Right. Well, there's two strategies people count on in terms of maybe I can make up the difference a couple ways if I'm a little bit behind. One is I'll just work longer. And when we looked at the survey, we asked retirees, well, when you think about the age you wanted to retire and when you actually did retire, half of them said they retired sooner than they wanted to. And we dug a little deeper on that and said, tell us more. And 6 out of 10 retired sooner than they wanted to because they had to. 37% because of health issues, or 21% because of an employer event, an involuntary separation, and only 7% because they saved enough money. So, this idea of I'll work longer, you really have to take into consideration some unexpected events.
And retirement savings doesn't have to be this very daunting task, because a lot of companies offer these 401k plans, which the survey found to be very powerful.
Right. 401k equaled more savings at the end of the day. And when we looked at it, it was those that were in a 401 that had access to a 401k plan and were saving versus those that didn't have access to a 401k plan saved at a rate of 4 times more, a median savings amount of $200,000 versus only $50,000 for those that didn't have access. So the power of the 401k with a company match, systematic payroll and investing really has good power to it.
But if you don't have a 401k, a lot of people like Roth IRAs because you're contributing money you've already paid taxes on. Tell us about the benefits of Roth IRAs.
Yeah, perfect. It's National Save for Retirement Week. So what I say to people is just start saving. A Roth IRA is a great way to do that. You can set them up systematic payments, right, and systematic investing. So whatever vehicle you can get access to, take advantage of it, start early, and systematically save.
All right, Joe Reddy from Wells Fargo. We'll leave it there. Thanks very much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
I'm Scott Gamm, and you're watching Main Street.